Hey Explorers, I'm Justine.
And I'm Estrella, your social agent navigators, here to guide you through the crazy world of social media and real estate.
You only have one shot to make a first impression, and on LinkedIn, that first impression is your profile picture. Do you want to know what people think of that profile picture? In today's short flight, we are going to share how you can find out. So there are 3 things you need to know about your LinkedIn profile pic. Number 1, your photo must be professional. So it should present you in a professional and approachable manner. This means that you have to dress appropriately, ensure your attire reflects your professionalism. Wear business attire if that's like the type of business you're in, right? Like if usually when you're working with clients and you're kind of maybe working with upscale clients and you tend to dress up, suit or blouse and nice pants. That's what you should be wearing in your picture. You really should avoid casual clothing, excessive accessories, or anything that distracts from your face. I do feel like I'm an accessory girl, and like if it's like your personality, you know, like your signature thing, I'd say, go for it, but just make sure it's not super, super crazy. And again, just make sure it matches like the professionalism that you would usually have in your business. So sorry, guys, you cannot wear your t-shirts with Stranger Things or AC/DC. Yes. I mean, I shouldn't even say that. Sure. If that's your thing and you wear a blazer, you do it. Like that might be your style. If you work in the city or, or not even the city, but if that is your style. But again, you know what we mean. Don't like dress like it's like the weekend at your house or something. Mm-hmm. Number 2, it has to be a clear, high quality picture. So again, if it's fuzzy or you're just like trying to find some old picture of yourself that's not like great and you can't see it very well, just don't even put it up there. Wait until you get something better. Mm-hmm. Which also means it has to be well lit. It has to be cropped appropriately. Don't be like sitting off to the side or standing in some weird place. I don't know, in front of a restaurant or something, You also don't want to like take one of your old photos and just like crop out your face and then blow it up so it's like pixelated. Yeah.
You're like just right in there.
None of this is good. You also don't want to use your high school like picture. Correct. You don't want to use your college graduation picture.
Or like your cheer picture.
Yeah. Or like a picture from, I would say like 5 years ago max, and that's pushing it.
Yeah.
Okay. If your picture is from 3 or more years ago, get a new picture.
Yeah.
And also don't, on the same like token, we don't want it pixelated, but we also don't want you like super filtered either. You don't want to look like glamour shots or, like this. I know a lot of people are using their AI photos, and I think that's cool on like social media. I would not do it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. Do you agree?
I do. Yeah. It's because LinkedIn has a different audience and expectation. LinkedIn is less, I would say, like fun, and it's more like information based. You're wanting to be seen as an authority on LinkedIn, which you do on all of them, but the expectation of you being smart in your field is much higher on LinkedIn than it is on the other platforms.
Yeah, unless you work in tech and AI, don't have an AI picture up there.
Right.
Again, if it's an AI, like one of the new ones where AI created and we can't tell, then do it by all means. But I guess when I say AI ones, I mean the ones where you can kind of tell, like, okay, clearly this was done with AI.
I think the other thing too that I see on LinkedIn is when someone's in a wedding, because they a lot of times they're getting like professional hair and makeup done. They use those wedding photos and they're in like a ball gown or like a bridesmaid gown, and we don't want that to be our profile picture.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
People know you're at a wedding partying, y'all.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't do it. The third thing you need to know about your profile pic is you need to be approachable and friendly. So this really, really does matter. it reflect a friendly you. Like people want to come and talk to you. Have a genuine smile, not a fake smile. Again, don't go using those like weird old superposed photos. My first real estate picture, I paid $75 for, and some people were like, "Oh, use it," and I was like, "No, like my smile looks so fake. This does not look like me." And it was a professional one, but I was like, "Absolutely not. This looks like, to me, it looked like a yearbook picture." So I was like, "No way." So don't be super serious, unapproachable. Don't have your arms crossed. I know some of us, I do see some people who've got those like crossed arm photos. I'm okay with them somewhat, but you really gotta it's like on the edge,
Right. It's got to be somewhat relaxed, because I see some of them where they're like super, like their posture's really perfect, and it's almost like they stacked their arms right on top, like a glamour shots. Like, do you remember those from back in the day where you stack your arms on top of each other and lean your cheek on your arm? But they're using that same arm movement, and it just needs to be more relaxed, because remember, we're creating that parasocial relationship. So you want to be professional, but not overly professional either, especially if that's not your personality.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So I think that's it. Those are the three main things. And again, we know no picture is going to be perfect, but these are the three things you really want to focus on to make people want to click on your page, or to want to contact you, or whatever. And, a lot of these things that we've mentioned, these are things that you can research, that they have researched psychologically and whatnot. So we're not just like pulling this out of our behinds. There is some research behind these suggestions.
Right. So you probably are asking yourself now, Justin gave us some really, really good tips there, but how do you know if you did it right? Have you ever, like, when you're asking your friends and family, like, what do you think of this? How do you think this picture? Oh, like, do you like my outfit? And they're like, oh my God, you're beautiful. You're amazing. Like, they just want to like lift you all up and everything. And you're like, yeah, but no, I need like real constructive criticism. Like, do I look funny? And they're like, no. So it's not super helpful. A lot of times when we ask our friends and family, especially our partners, they don't want to give us a lot of negative feedback or constructive feedback, I should say, about those images and if they're the right images to be used. And so your navigators have found an awesome resource that helps you to determine if it's going to work out for you, or if this photo is the right photo for you. So the tool that we found is called Photofeeler, and I'll spell it for y'all. It's Photofeeler. Again, that's Photofeeler. This site is a free site. You don't have to pay to use it. There are upgrades that you can add, but you don't need it for what we're going to teach you about right now. But this site lets you upload your profile pic, and Photofeeler, the community within Photofeeler, is going to vote on your photo. So when you upload that photo, you're going to say, I'm uploading my photo for a business headshot for LinkedIn, basically. And they're going to rate you or give you feedback on 3 areas. So they're going to rate you on competency, likability, and if you are influential. All key things as a real estate agent when you are trying to build that social parasocial relationship. So again, they're looking at your competence, likability, and if you are influential. The way that works is when you upload your photo, and for free, you can only upload one, but you upload your photo and people are going to rank it. They're going to say, how competent is this person? Are they very likable? Are you
Get your big girl and big boy pants on, because you're going to get some real feedback.
Yeah, you do get some real feedback, but I have noticed, because I've run through like 3 different headshots, the feedback that I get there isn't very much uber negative feedback. I think overall it's pretty constructive. And I don't know if the site like filters that information out, but I get some really good constructive feedback. Like I had one where the background was black and there was feedback about you couldn't see my hair because I have darker hair. And so there was some really good feedback on that one. On that one, what's interesting is I was wearing a jacket and my confidence score was lower than when I was wearing a white tee in my other photo where I had a more relaxed smile. My confidence score, which is interesting, was much higher on that one where I had a more, what you would call, I guess, a traditionally polished or professional look. That one had a lower confidence score. So it was really interesting to get some of that feedback on there. But I like it because if you're kind of on the fence about, what 3 photos or 2 photos, run one at a time so you can use it for free and see what the community is saying about those photos. Is it something that you're doing? Like there are some and I encourage you to go in and add to the community as well. Spend some time to give back to the community, kind of that the rule of reciprocity, right? So if you're going to take something, give something back. And you'll notice, like, as you're going through some of those photos and you're like, ooh, why would they use that? Like you'll go through some of those photos and say, that's what Justine was talking about when she said not to do that. And it'll give you a good idea of what other people are posting. And it'll like give you inspiration. If you really like someone's photo, you can make note of that. So when you go and take photos, you can use that information to find the best photo for your headshot. I
like that you mentioned the one where you were wearing the white t-shirt got better and you were more relaxed and more casual. So you seemed more, when people say they have confidence in you, to me, I think people relate that to trust also.
Oh, that's a good point.
And so when we're talking about being professional, it doesn't necessarily like mean you need to be in a suit and tie or a blazer or a business coat. Like that's why I say match it with your brand.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally makes sense.
Because if you may not look approachable if you're like getting super dressed up. When we say professional, we mean professional in like a modern way, not an old school, like everybody's real estate photo was people in a suit, or the blazer or whatever. When we say professional, we mean today's professional.
Yeah. Not like the 3-piece suit and tie or nylons. Oh my gosh, nylons.
Just don't wear nylons. Nobody wants to wear nylons. Who wants to wear nylons? Nobody.
I know. Nobody does.
Not that you can see your nylons, but you probably feel it in your face, like the uncomfortableness. So just don't wear the nylons to your photo shoot.
I hate the nylons.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Well, I have a tip. So a really quick tip that just kind of popped in my head. I know you were talking about earlier about where you can go and get photos. There are companies that are sprouting up all over that offer social media photography packages. So it's like a monthly subscription where you can go in every month. Sometimes you could do more than once a month. And they take a bunch of photos on different sites around town. The one that comes to mind that's here in Denver, and they're in a few other larger markets, is called FemForce. And they also cater to men as well. They started off with women, but they also do men as well. But I think it's $140 or $50. And you get a full photo shoot with 3 outfit changes, and they give you all your images. They don't touch them up. So there's that. Like you might need to do some like minor editing. Again, don't overfilter yourself, but that might be something like if you're struggling to find something that's affordable, because I know brand photos can be very expensive, anywhere from like $500 to a couple thousand if you're getting a really good brand photographer. But this is a good way to get fresh, clean content, and you're constantly changing your imagery. Because I know a lot of times, like if you have the same image, it's hard. But FemForce is a really good affordable way. And there's other ones where you could pay for a one-time photo shoot and just pay for the one photo. There's all kinds of tools out there. Actually, I'll drop a few links of companies that I've researched and found in the show notes so that you guys can reference all of that as well. So oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say also my current headshot, you guys, is my husband took it like outside in our downtown area. And then I threw it in Canva, took the background out. So if you don't have the money for a photo shoot at all right now, there are still ways to do it. I mean, literally go on Pinterest, look at business photos, or go on Photofeeler, look at other people's business photos, and just go out and take some. My husband did some, brand type photos where I was sitting and working, and they're not the best, but they are something to start with. So you can also start there. Yeah.
You're selling yourself short there. I thought they were professional when you first showed them to me.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell my husband.
Yeah. Might need to find a side hustle.
Yeah, right.
So Photofeeler is an awesome tool, y'all, and you can earn more votes by voting on others. Again, that rule of reciprocity. So give it a try and let us know what you think about it. So explorers, may your posts have a journey of a lifetime.
See you at the next destination.
Bye.